So welcome back to the channel, and today is a bit of a special day because for the first time I am out with my own personal cameraman. My oldest son just has his school holiday, so he wanted to come along with me. And here we are, beautiful foggy landscape in the Netherlands, and he's holding the camera right now, so hopefully he has a bit of a steady hand. But I just found a nice shot over here that I'm going to show you. So yeah, let me show you this on this camera. You see, this is the shot that I just noticed, and I was particularly interested in this section over here. Let's focus a little bit, you can see. But if I go to the right a little bit, you can see that these two trees here start to intersect, which I didn't really like. So I'm going to take it a little bit more like this. Nothing fancy, keeping the aperture low, f5.6. I think it will be a rather nice shot. So being out with my son also gives a lot of different opportunities. You know, there are a lot of geese in this water, and he just wanted to see some birds and animals. And he just said, "Can you take a nice picture of these geese?" And then normally I think I would have walked by this, but because he asked me to, I was looking like, how can I make this a nice image? And then I just noticed that this peninsula of reeds was pointing towards the area where those geese were swimming in the water. So I just tried to make a composition with these reeds pointing towards them, and then waiting for a nice group of those geese to swim exactly in that spot. And it actually looks quite nice, as you can see on the camera here. And I'm overexposing it a little bit just to make sure that it's that the fog is coming over in the image. And every now and then also some geese fly by, so that's what I'm actually trying to wait for. But it's actually quite a difficult shot to compose or to make anything of it. So hopefully this is going to work out. I think it will end up as a 16:9. But yeah, rather nice. So this is the image of the geese. So I found another shot here that's pretty interesting. I think it's interesting, but let me show you on this camera, because there's a group of trees in the back that pulled my attention. You can see they actually look quite nice. It's about that row, and I just thought, let's include all those spider webs here as a foreground. That looked pretty cool, but the only thing I'm not sure about is that gap of white on the right side. So I was trying to see if I can zoom that out, maybe make it something like this, so it doesn't really look like that. I don't know, I'm just trying something. So let me know in the comments what you think of this image. And yeah, just a little try out shot over here. So I'm gonna take the shot right now. I'm gonna do it handheld. It's perfectly possible, and I think it will be something like this. So I think my son will be a great producer one day. No, he's constantly like, you have to do this, you have to do that. pushing the camera on and off. So some takes just took maybe 5 or 6 takes to record them. So every time halfway he just pushes it and says, no, you don't have to do that. So it's actually real funny, but also a little bit frustrating. But I'm here to enjoy my time with him, and if this eventually becomes a video, you know, it's a little bit of a bonus video. And I think I got 1 or 2 shots there in the back that are pretty okay, but yeah, not quite sure about it. So we'll just see. So I thought, let's record him running up that hill and down, you know, just in case it would have made a funniest home video. You know, you never know what happens when the cat starts running around like that. So yeah, nice. So we are just walking along this path, and my son spotted a woodpecker over here. We tried to photograph and film it, but unfortunately it flew off before I had the 40-150 lens on, but it's in my pocket right now. But then we had another look at this path, and it just run in a bit of an S-curve with a hill in it, and with this nice trees, the moody backdrop, it just looked really nice. So let me show you this little clip over here, because I kind of like this path over here. I'm not quite sure if I'm going to include that left side, but I think it's going to be something like this. Just looks it looks pretty okay. So that's the shot that I'm going to try to take. I'm also going to take a portrait with a little bit more of this road in it, but yeah, a rather nice spot. Never noticed it, but due to the fog everything changes and everything becomes interesting to photograph. So if you're thinking, what are those sounds, this is just my own director producing the video. So you can turn it off. Zet maar uit. So we actually found a rather nice scene over here. If you look behind me, my interest was pulled by this group of trees, and then the trees that are behind it, I'm just going to put it underneath it. So a little bit more to this side, so that bow hangs over these trees. I think that's rather nice. And then I thought, maybe let's do a panel also. So I'm going to do a shot with all this emptiness, this blank space towards those trees on the right side of the frame. And I just hope it's going to work. So I just leveled the whole tripod. I have a tripod with multiple, let me show you. You see, I put this leveler here completely straight on the base, and then there is another one up here which I leveled the bull head with. So the only thing I have to do right now is actually turn the camera from left to right. Someone wants to get in the frame, so zeg maar hallo.
Hello.
So that's my oldest son, and so that is actually what I'm trying to photograph over here. So we walked along this path, and I just noticed a real nice shot. There are a couple of dead branches here on the other side of the lake that we are looking at. And on one of those branches is a crow sitting there. And because of the fog, the dead branches and the crow, it just looks like this moody, dead scene if you just zoom into only that spot with those dead branches. And I thought it just caught my attention, and it just looks really, really nice. If I look from it here, you know, it's sort of a graveyard photo or something like that. You know, you can put this on someone's death wish card, or how do you call that? The condolences card, you know, something like this. But maybe a bit too moody. But yeah, I think this is pretty nice. So hopefully it works. I'm just going to wait until the crow is going to look into the image. So most of the time it looks to the right, but I want it to look to the left. And then it just looks really nice. So yeah, nice image. Only possible due to the fog that we're facing here today. So we found another nice shot, or we, I have to say me, but my son is with me, so I'm talking in the we version. But it's a tree that I shot before, but this time I'm noticing it with a bit of a foreground. So I'm gonna try to show you on the camera. It's a little bit difficult maybe, but let me try to show you. So it's a little bit difficult to show you on the back of the screen, but it's about this composition here. So I have this hill with a couple of reeds on it, and in the back, just before that dark layer of the tree line, is a bit of a gnarly shaped tree. So I'm going to make a square crop of that section over there. And because it's so far away, with the 40-150, I'm going to make a focus stack. So I'm going to take 3 images, one of the header in front, one of those reeds on the slope of that hill, and one of the tree in the background. And I'm going to combine these 3 shots together in Photoshop to make one in focus shot. It's going to need a little bit of dehazing, but I think it will be a pretty nice image. So me and my son were just walking along this path over here, and we were actually coming from that side, walking towards here. But when we looked on this side, you can see there's a nice framing here with those trees around this open space in the path. And 2 horses with 2 women on it just walked straight towards us, and it just looked really epic. So I just stood in the middle of the path here, took this shot with those horses in that open field, and yeah, just really nice shot, at least I think it is. So the woman on the horse just stopped and she said, "Oh, can we get that picture from you?" Well, of course. So I gave them my card, and yeah, hopefully this image worked out fine. And my son was like, "Oh, he could see some horses from up close." So we're both really happy at the moment, and I think this is a really nice shot. So let me know in the comments what you think of this image. I think this might be my favorite image of the day. So yeah, horses in the foggy forest. What more do you want? So we just passed a point in the forest that actually looks really nice. You see here all this mood and atmosphere, and actually the road is just around the corner here, but all these ferns down here with all those colors, some are completely brown, some are yellow, some are green, but then this moody backdrop forest here, and I'm just trying to find some sort of foreground here with those ferns, or a leading line with the path running through the ferns towards those trees. The only problem is that there's not a real tree up there that's really interesting, that doesn't catch your attention, but the whole scene as one shot, as one moody image, looks pretty nice. So that's what I'm trying to do, just using these ferns here. And I took a couple different shots. I don't know what's going to work. I'm going to leave it up to you if this has worked. But I think it's something that I don't have in my portfolio, you know, with such a lot of ferns and stuff and different colors, moody atmosphere. I think it's just really nice. So these are those shots. So with those moody forest shots, I'm going to end this video. Some surprising images, especially the one with the horses and the last ones. I think they were pretty nice. So I hope you liked this video. I enjoyed this video with my kid here. Yeah, really nice, and he enjoyed it, and that's pretty funny. And the last time I was out with him, he was complaining that he wanted to go back home all the time. And right now he just walked along with me for about 3 hours. Really enjoyed it, looked at all the mushrooms, all the animals. You know, that's the beauty of photography, just giving it to the next generation. So I hope you liked the video. If you did, please push that thumbs up button and the subscribe button underneath the video if you haven't subscribed already. And remember, there is a buy me a coffee link in the description. Description is down here, of course, and there are still copies available of my 2025 calendar. So if you're interested in that, use the link underneath this video. And yeah, you will find the calendar there with worldwide shipping. So thanks for watching. Hope to see you on the next one. No idea when that's going to be, but see you then. Bye bye.